I don't have time to do this review, YouTube. I have so much time that I could be spending my time somewhere else. This is our time, YouTube. We have to celebrate our time. If I keep using the word time in the sentence, then maybe people will get that this movie's about time. Time!
If there was something wrong, would you be all so strong? Would you do what it takes to move this whole life along? I like to think I would, you know I like to think I would. But I can guarantee that what you see is not reality. Never tell she makes a point to make it get a boy. She said it's easy, but in the end you have no choice. And you know, so just the way that
Hi, my name's Mike Smith. If you couldn't guess from my intro, I'm going to be reviewing In Time today. First off, I'm just going to apologize. I have my lights off because, I have one light here, but it's kind of casting like a shadow, which is why I'm also apologizing for that. I have that light off because I'm doing this at night. Normally I do it during the day, but I have that light off just because when I have it on, it kind of gives a glare, and I don't want to give a glare, so I'm turning the light off, cutting my losses. Here we go. Get that out of the way. So I'm reviewing In Time today, which is the latest film by Andrew Niccol, who also directed movies like Gattaca and Simone, with a 1 instead of an I. It's clever. I've never seen any of those movies. It's my first Andrew Niccol film, really. Although he also wrote The Truman Show, which I love. I love The Truman Show, so that's good for him. And In Time stars Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried, Cillian Murphy, Vincent Kartheiser, Olivia Wilde. Basically, the concept of In Time. It's a futuristic society where people age up to the year 25, and then once they're 25, they stop aging, and time becomes the currency. They don't use money; they use minutes, and they use time. And basically, it goes on a wrist. It goes on their wrist. It goes on their wrist, and they spend it. They spend it on like food and water and stuff, and that's how they, spend money on things. It's a really interesting concept. I dug the concept. I'll say overall, I enjoyed the movie. I wasn't totally expecting to enjoy it going in because I had heard some bad things about it, but I gotta say I enjoyed it. It was an interesting concept. It was just a solid sci-fi movie, I would say. It was a cool concept. The cast was they were good. I thought that was a solid cast. Justin Timberlake is good in it. I've always liked him as an actor, personally. I love him in The Social Network. Obviously, that's the big Justin Timberlake role. That's the one that people know him for, other than his years as a musician. But who cares about that? That's not even relevant. No. I saw Bad Teacher. I hated Bad Teacher. A lot. But I'll say that among the few chuckles that movie may have given me, I think Justin Timberlake might have given a couple. So there's that. Oh, really? Jason Segel was the one saving grace of that movie, but. Enough about Bad Teacher. I really don't like to dwell on that movie too much. And then he was in Friends with Benefits this year, which I never saw, but I hear it was actually pretty decent. But In Time, I saw the trailer for a while ago, and it looked really cool to me. I don't think it met up to my expectation, judging from that first trailer. But it kind of beat the expectations that I got from some of the reviews that I read. Basically, the cast, Justin Timberlake, I already covered that. Amanda Seyfried, she's okay. She gets better as the movie goes along. At first she kind of seems kind of bland and flat. Eventually they give, her character a little more depth to it. Vincent Kartheiser is just basically playing Pete Campbell from Mad Men, which is great because I think he's great. I think he's great in Mad Men, and I like Pete Campbell, so it worked out for this movie. It worked out for this role. Olivia Wilde is fine. She's not in the movie very much, but she's fine in it. Cillian Murphy's good. He's the timekeeper who wears the generic futuristic black leather clothing. So there's that. Oh yeah, Johnny Galecki is in this movie from The Big Bang Theory. So if you're a fan of The Big Bang Theory, you should stop watching The Big Bang Theory and watch Community instead because it's on at the same time. But I'm not going to judge you. I kind of like The Big Bang Theory too. It's kind of funny sometimes. But yeah, Johnny Galecki, who plays Leonard in The Big Bang Theory, he's in like 2 scenes of this movie. So if you're a huge Johnny Galecki fan, check it out. But I'm getting off track. I think the concept works. I was skeptical about the concept going in a little bit, just because it's such a cool concept, but it could easily be poorly executed, and I think it was pretty well executed. I think Andrew Niccol did a good job. From what I understand, he does this kind of stuff, sort of different kind of sci-fi things a lot. So I may check out some of his other movies if I have a chance. I think the writing was pretty solid. It's set up. There's a lot of exposition to go through, and initially, I wasn't a big fan of the opening sequence where it's just Justin Timberlake's voiceover, explaining what it was. I feel like it should have come up a bit more organically, how it happened. But according to Justin Timberlake, I don't have time to know how it happened, man. All I know is that I got a short amount of time, and I gotta spend that time to pay off my time. They use the word time a lot in this movie. They kind of beat you over the head with it a little bit. And it's the movie also works as like a metaphor for social classes and like the differences today. And that's cool, fine. It's not a subtle metaphor. It's pretty. That's also kind of beaten to death, but it works. It's a it's a good metaphor, sure. And then I do like there's about like a quarter of the way through the movie, Justin Timberlake kidnaps Amanda Seyfried. I'm not spoiling that because it's in the trailer. He kidnaps Amanda Seyfried and like takes her hostage. And at a certain point in the movie, it sort of becomes like a sci-fi Bonnie and Clyde. And I was down with that because I love Bonnie and Clyde, and I thought it worked really well here. I very much enjoyed it. So I gotta say, it's possible you won't like this movie because a lot of the critics did not like it, so I can see why people wouldn't. Personally, I liked it. I thought it was pretty well acted, pretty well directed, very well shot, cinematography-wise. Roger Deakins did the cinematography, and it's his first time filming with digital. So that's pretty cool if you're a cinematography buff. If you don't know who Roger Deakins is, he does most of the Coen Brothers movies ever since I think Barton Fink was his first, or Miller's Crossing, so one of those. And he's done all of them except for Burn After Reading since then. And then he also he's going to be shooting the new James Bond movie soon. He's done a bunch of movies. Roger Deakins, he's a very good cinematographer. So well acted, well directed, well scripted, well shot. Honestly, I thought it was just a pretty solid movie. It was entertaining. Very well paced, too. It doesn't give you I think if it's slow, it keeps a good, steady pace throughout the whole movie. It kind of keeps you on your feet. If it slowed down at all at any point in the movie, like if it just kind of calmed down and let you, I don't think it would have been as effective. I think it just works as like a fun, entertaining, go through it fast kind of thing. Like it doesn't take time to kind of dwell on the subject. It kind of just it introduces you to the subject from the get-go, which again I do feel it should have come up a little bit more organically, but I understand why they had to do that because there is a lot of stuff. It introduces you to the concept right at the get-go and then just goes with it, and then it's increasingly escalating dangers and stuff, and it moves at a fast pace, so you don't have time to dwell on the improbabilities of this kind of stuff, and that's good, because if the audience doesn't have time to dwell on what's wrong with your time it up. Time. So that's I guess that's my review of In Time. So overall, I enjoyed it. I think you should go check it out. It's a pretty solid movie. I will be seeing Margin Call and probably Anonymous this weekend, and I'll be posting my community recap very soon once I get to rewatch the episode once or twice more. It was a great episode, by the way, though, which is really great. And yeah, so I guess that'll be it for YouTube today. So My name is Mike Smith. You just watched my film blog on YouTube. And you enjoy yourselves, YouTube. And remember, don't waste my time. Time!